Walk on. Oh man, feel a bit tired today, but the show must go on, you know? Man sitting there like Yoda, all in green with the hoodie on. Don't know. And you know what? One of my brethren before said, Jay, I can't remember. I think, yeah, man's just being me in it. I can't remember. It's years ago, talking about one situation. I can't remember what the situation was. Just some live shit, obviously. And my brethren was like, Jay, you're like Yoda. Trust me. Literally. Man's like the black Yoda. From when man was like 20 years old, man's 28 now. From when man was 20 years old, people were saying like, yeah, old head on young shoulders. So that basically means that a person's, it seems as if like they've lived for a long time, they're a wise person, they're beyond their years or whatever in terms of, you know, how they think and that. That's why, to be fair, when man was a bit younger, I always like never really clicked with people man's age or nothing like that. Even now, I still meet some people my age. Obviously, you're gonna always meet people your age that you're like, yeah, we ain't on the same level on that. Don't get twisted. My brethren and that, them man there is the same age as mine, isn't it? Some of them. But yeah, when I was growing up, especially when I hit like 20, 21, 22, 23, like I didn't have no receipts or nothing like that. Man didn't have no property or nothing like that. But I was still ahead of my time in terms of my thinking. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, what's property here, property there? You know, all right, it's a product of your mindset and that. But at the end of the day, right? I know people who have got properties and that, but they still don't think like this. You understand? I know people who have got more properties than man, got more money than man, but they still don't think like this. So yes, those of David Wagwan. Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm good. I don't know if you heard. I was saying that yeah, one of man's old brethren used to say that man was like Yoda. So yeah, because I must have been explaining one situation to my brethren. I can't remember what it was years ago, and he's like, "Blood, you're like Yoda, fam." I'm like, "Yeah, you done now. Come on, fam." Yeah. And you know what? You see this hoodie? Fam, I've had this hoodie since I was 17. You know, this hoodie is like 10 plus, 11 years old. Yeah, 11 years old. I remember wearing this to carnival because us man used to wear green. So when I saw this hoodie in JD, man slapped that up one time. Yeah. So yeah, man's had this thing for like 11 years, man. Still quite good condition for an 11-year-old hoodie. Like I know it looks fresh on the camera. In real life, it don't look too fresh on that. But yeah, I'll give it maybe like 5, 10 more minutes, and man, I'll start talking about bullies and bullying and that. This live stream won't be that long though, because yesterday it mashed me up, man. Because after I come off the live stream, man still has stuff to do, hanging clothes after they've been washed. Fucking, I still got paperwork to do, and I was all falling asleep whilst I'm doing. I've got this tablet, and I have to put down my test result readings when I'm doing my testing and that. I have to basically fill out the certificates on this tablet. So I'm all doing it like 30, like this is like going past 12 o'clock midnight, you know, I'm all falling asleep in my bed. So yeah, man, that live stream there fucked me up yesterday, but maybe I should have done a certificate first before I done the live stream. But yeah, I made sure I done all my paperwork first and ate first so I could just do this. But yeah, this should only be, yeah, I'm coming off at 11 o'clock, if not before. It depends on how quick I get through this thing in it. But obviously, man, I just want to talk about bullying and that today in it. So. Yes, Nadia. Mm. Yeah. Yeah, that was a long 5 minutes still. Yeah, that's a long 5 minutes still, bro. Hmm. But that's how it goes sometimes, man. Mhm. I'm sure people would rather me say, yeah, I'll be off in 5, 10 minutes, and it drags out for a 2.5 hour live stream or 2 hour live stream, rather than me say, yeah, man, I'm gonna be streaming for 3 hours and I come off within 30 minutes and that. So I think the longest live stream I've done, like minute to minute, I think it was 5 hours and 4 minutes, you know. What the fuck? Who the fuck can live stream for 5 hours and 4 minutes, fam? Like, really? Like, imagine before man used to do the live stream, before I ever done my first live stream, I was like, how can I even live stream for an hour? Like, what do I talk about for an hour? Like, obviously, I made videos that are an hour long, but they're videos in segments where man's moving around the room, moving around the house and that. You know, like the longest video that I've done where I'm sitting down in front of the camera talking, I think was actually the video I made about talking about bullies, actually. I know that video was about 30 minutes long. Other than that, most videos, like if I'm talking, they're all different 10, 15. I mean, a long one might be an 18, 20-minute video, but I think to myself, how the fuck would I do a live stream for an hour? Like, cause I'm seeing like there's this older chick, she's like 42 or something, called Shira 7. She's in America. She's like the female version of AMS, teaching these women out here to manipulate men and how to finesse a gold, how to be a gold digger and finesse a sugar daddy and that them type of chat there in it. So anyway, she's all live streaming 2, 3, 5, 7 hours. You know, how the fuck can you live stream for 7 hours? This is what man was thinking. You know, it can be done. Once man hit the 3, 4 hour mark, blah, you can go as long as you and hers. Well, she got a big platform, so she got 100, 200,000 following subscribers and that. So people are going to be engaging. You know what I mean? It ain't just like here we've got 2 people at the moment, 10 man at most, and that bag of people in here just engaging. She could literally just live stream forever. 7 hours is a long time, though, man. Apparently, you know, you're supposed to sit down for more than 3 or more than 2 hours, should I say? So it's not good. I remember when I done a live stream before, I was sitting in my kitchen, I was live streaming for 4 hours. I don't think I got up. After I stood up, you know, man, like feel a bit stiff. So I remember that live stream. I went to watch. Oh yeah. I remember that. Because you and AY London made a couple jokes. Like AY London said one time, I think, because I was live streaming on one Saturday, and I don't like usually live stream on the weekends and that. But I remember I was live streaming on one Saturday, and he was like, what did he say? He said, how can I go to work, come back, and this guy's still live streaming? I just laugh. You know what? You said that before, you know. You said that before. You was like, I remember one time, Brandon, you saying, I look super Chinese. When I'm tired, that's when, yeah, the Oriental really comes out. Yeah. I remember I even had, like, one time I was in Edmonton on the A406, but technically still in Edmonton, because A406 is a long road. That will take you down to, like, near Ilford and that, and takes you up to northwest London. But anyway, I was on the A406, and I'm at the traffic lights on my bike. Now, when I ride my bike, obviously I've got my helmet on, but underneath I've got my balaclava on. And I'll tell you why I wear a balaclava afterwards. So I'm on my bike and there's some little kid. Now, for some reason, I'll tell you who likes motorbikes the most. Little children and white people. little kids, I don't know why little kids love motorbikes so much. Like I'll be riding my motorbike and little kids, when they're in their car, like I'll be on the fast roads and that, like A406, A10, yeah. Little kids love the motorbike. I don't know what it is. What about the motorbike? What they love? Maybe because I'm wearing a helmet and obviously I'm on a bike and shit like that. But they just love motorbikes. Anyway, these little black kids walking across the road with his mum. So the kids like, you know, like the kid's supposed to be walking forward and paying attention to what's going on in front. He's all, So anyway, the mum has looked at me and she's like, nice bike. And I just nodded my head. So anyway, boom. I think about a week later, I'm at London Liverpool Street Station, you know. I see the woman. Now, she wasn't nice or nothing like that. She was not nice. Big gal and, yeah. I thought to myself, you know what? Instead of striking up a conversation with gal like man want to get their number all the time, why not just strike up a conversation with a total stranger? You know what I mean, innit? For once, just chat to a girl that you're not even trying to get onto like that. So I said to her, I remember you from the other day. She was like, okay. I was like, I was on my motorbike in Edmonton and I'm at the traffic lights and you said, nice bike. And she was like, oh my God, is that you? And I'm like, yeah. She was like, I thought you was Oriental. I didn't think you was black. Because she just saw a man's eyes. I'm like, rah, man's eyes really like that, like where someone could mistake me for being a Chinaman. Really? Like man's eyes that slit that man could mistake me for being a Chinaman. But yeah, that was mad. Imagine I see a woman in Edmonton and randomly says, yeah, nice bike. And then I see her a week later and we had a nice conversation as well on the train. Like the whole way back, we're chatting. And that. And funny enough, she ended up telling me like, I wish my younger sister had your mindset because her younger sister's a typical young girl in her 20s, get a bit of money from work, Balmain, drip, want to buy this car, buy that car, all that foolishness and that. But yeah, the reason why I wear balaclava and that is because man's always been wearing balaclavas and that when I ride my bike. And one time I think I lost my balaclava or something like that. So in Edmonton, you got a go-karting place called Team Sport Racing or whatever. I went down there to buy another balaclava. And after I took the helmet off, I could taste all the grit and the dirt from the road on my mouth. And that. So I was like, yeah, man, I have to wear the balaclava because when you're riding a bike, if you got the visor up and that, all the dirt and the shit off the road. Like when I ride my bike, there's all times that I've got like dirt on my gold jacket, like my JY's jacket, my riding jacket, just because of the shit that comes off the road and that hits you. And all of that was on man's mouth and that. Like, put it this way, even when I take off my helmet, take off my balaclava at home, if I get a piece of tissue and I wipe around my eyes, because obviously my eyes are exposed, hence why the woman thought man was a Chinaman or whatever. If I wipe around my eyes, there's gonna be dirt. It's gonna be black and that. So. Yeah. It's been long enough. Oh, I was thinking, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, the kids. Yeah, probably. Yeah, they love it, man. They love it. I've been all riding my bike and little kids are standing up. They got their arms and shit like that at the back of the car and they're looking at me and I'm thinking like, why are these kids not strapped in? That's one thing, you know, I hate when I see parents driving their cars and that and the kids are not strapped in. If you have an accident, that car is like a fucking, a tennis ball inside that fucking car. That kid's gonna go bouncing around. Watch them videos where like, I've seen videos where it's like a dash cam or onboard camera inside of a school bus, and the school bus is turned over and flipped, and you just see the people swirling around this fucking bus, swirling around the bus, you know, like a fucking tornado. Literally, like wearing a seatbelt is vital, man. It's not a joke. And you got parents just And you got parents just driving around their cars and that with no seatbelt, no car seat, and no, fuck that shit, man. Would I cut my hair myself? I mean, if I was gonna bald it, then maybe I'd get a couple mirrors and that, and shave man's hair. But I remember one time, boy, I remember during lockdown, listen, I try line up my hair myself, like like you got a beauty trimmer where you shave your beard and you think, well, with the beauty trimmers, you can line up your hairline. Boy, it didn't come out good. Trust me, fam. It didn't come out good, man. It was dead. Even someone made a comment about that. They said, Jay, are you the type of person to give yourself a haircut? And I was thinking, blood, this guy probably clocked man's hairline was looking mad, boy. So yeah. Yeah, but yeah, maybe if I was gonna bald it off, then yeah, I mean, like, how hard can it be to bald off your hair and that? Benji, Wagwan. I remember you. I remember you. I remember you. I remember you. I remember you still. Rockstar North. Boy, I don't know who Rockstar North was before, but when they made GTA 3 and GTA Vice City, they put themselves on the map, blood. Man spent hours of my life, days of my life playing GTA Vice City, Not even on a mission, Just, when you're free running and you're just doing whatever you're doing. Man all got 6 stars, 7 stars, and man's got their tanks out after, man, just, on some madness. Certain man were broke, though. Not me, but certain man, they couldn't even leave. They couldn't even turn off their PlayStation. They had to leave their PlayStation running. Certain man, their fingers was crossed the whole time they're at school. Certain man's fingers was crossed, thinking like, shit. If my mum turns off my PS2 or we get a power cut, I'm gonna lose all my memory and that. How can you not afford to have a fucking memory card? I swear they were only like what, £15, £20 back in the day for a memory card. So you can afford the game, but you can't afford the memory card. That's like them man there that drive them powerful, or Mercedes or whatever, them powerful cars and that with the big engines, but they're moaning about driving to and from. I know, man, driving from like East London area to like Islington or whatever, innit? Oh yeah, man, the petrol's killing me in my car. Well, blood, you're driving a high-powered car, fam. Why are you moaning for, fam? If you can't afford, so what? You just bought a high-powered car, what, to do what? To drive to the shop and back? Man are moaning about their car, running their cars expensive. Well, why are you getting a high-performance car? What, to sit outside your fucking drive? So people can look at that guy's got that car and that. Come on, man, it's foolishness, man. Foolishness. So, yeah. See, I'm a madman, How's man talking about GTA Vice City in the same breath? A man's talking about man buying high-powered cars and leaving it outside the front of their yard. Kane White, Wagwan, never heard of you before, but welcome, my brother. Yeah, I remember that. You had to blow the dust out of the memory card. Because, yeah, I remember doing that. And you know what? I remember, what was it? I'm not saying what you're saying is not true, but I remember having to blow the dust out of the fucking, the Nintendo 64 games, GoldenEye and Super Mario Kart and, yeah, Super Mario 64 as well. I remember having to do that, just, yeah. And you know what? I've got a video that I need to do as well. It's just, if you're a 90s baby, you remember this. Like them throwbacks and that. So yeah, I'm gonna do one with that, like talking about like just the usual stuff in it. Like there's certain stuff, certain man, if they're my age, they're gonna reminisce. Just certain little dumb stuff that man used to do, or little gadgets and that. I ain't gonna spoil it, but man are gonna be like, oh my god, I forgot about that, I forgot about that, But anyway. I'm already at the 21-minute mark, almost. May as well start talking about bullies and that. So yeah, man, bullies are a part of life. Yeah, bullies are something that you have to deal with, and it will never go away. The only way to deal with bullies is to confront them. You know, running away from bullies you can only run away from bullies for so long. You understand? So bullying starts from day one. Bullying starts from when you're a kid, you're an infant. Man. But I'll follow you into school. Obviously, as you know already, there's always bullies in school and that. Obviously, man's experienced bullying. Man's had try things on man in school. I remember before when I was in school, man used to buy and sell Christmas drinks in school and that. And me, I was a soft youth back in the day. I was literally the definition of a sweet boy back in school. Like, not throughout my whole school life, but from year 7 to year 9, definitely. Girls loved me, but I weren't rough and tough like that. I weren't like that. So, and I remember I used to buy and sell Christian drinks in school. And I remember one time, a couple of times it happened, but I remember, so basically there's a couple men in my year group, but on the different side of my year group. And yeah, they moved to man, they took man's crisp and that. Man, I couldn't bring it to them, man. Them man, they were too greasy for me at the time, innit? So yeah. Tried a couple times again, taking man's shit, fam. I'm like, shit. Then you know when you have enough, you're like, fuck this. So one time they tried a thing on man. I can't remember. I think they tried black man out or whatever in it. Next thing I know, I just remember I'm holding on to my bag. And I'm like, nah, you know when you're putting up a fight now? I'm like, nah, fam. It's coming like a tug of war. I think 1, 2 crisps dropped on the floor and they took it. But from then, them like were like, oh, you know what? Let's leave them. Them man, they left me, you know. Next thing you know, them man, I'm rolling with them man, you know. Like, so it's almost like man proved myself, innit? Yeah, that was like in year 9 or whatever. And yeah, do you know what? It was a bad thing that man got accepted by them man there because slightly them man there was the reason why man got on the roads later on in life anyway. But yeah, so yeah, imagine the man them in school that were the wolves and that. I started hanging around with the wolves after man proved myself. You know what I mean? Like to me, I just wanted to avoid them man completely. But yeah, them man, they were like, nah, man, you're cool now. Or well, they didn't say that, but eventually, like basically one of the guys that moved to me, out like the 4 or 5 man, he came to my form group. You know, like certain men are bad, certain men are just mischievous and naughty. They get kicked out of their class and they move to a new form class. Well, one of them moved to my form class and then we got chatting and then, yeah, next thing I know, I'm hanging around with them, man, and that. So, yeah. So, yeah, in school, you're going to have to deal with bullies and that. Like, I see girls get bullied in school. Like, I'm not even in just their school. I see, you know, I hear a story about girls coming down from other schools and that. Same likewise with man them coming down from other schools and that. More so a beef thing rather than a bullying thing. But, you know, if you don't stand up for yourself and man are trying a thing, you're going to get bullied. So, you know, I ain't going to say it, but yeah, you have to stand up for yourself and fight. Obviously on the street, but obviously the main talking point is about bullying out on the street and where it ends up. So yeah, we're just going to mention out on the street. Bullying in jail, fucking hell, that's bullying in jail is not good, man. Like, to be fair, I didn't really see much, man, because obviously I wasn't in jail for that long, but bullying in jail, like, a lot of man, yeah. I see, man, the worst one I see. So basically, when I was in jail, there was some Hackney youths from various different parts of Hackney, but they were all cool. And yeah, all of them, man, they hated London Fields, man. But anyway, there's some Hackney youths, a couple of them were from Hoxton. And they're all black, as you could assume, innit? But there was one white youth. He looked like a fucking nerd. He looked like Bill Gates. Literally, a man was just tall and skinny, had glasses. You would have never have thought he was a road man. I still don't believe to this day this guy's a road man. I just feel like he lived next to one of them, man. They're out on the street and you know what I mean? Oh, he's cool. So yeah, you can. Anyway, there was one black guy on the wing. Now he wasn't no gangster or nothing like that. You know, like just them man, they're big and they're goofy and that. But he tried to move to him, like, I don't know, tried to tell him that, yeah, you owe man something or whatever. So this white youth has gone and told one of them Hoxton youths. So I'm on my floor, innit? So you got the ground first and second floor. I'm leaning over the railing and I'm just looking down. So I see someone on the first floor who's opposite me down a level, and he says to one guy, "Hey, come." So I didn't really think nothing of it. 2-3 minutes later, I swear to God, I even spoke about this in one of my videos. I see a man, so the big black guy, I see a man on his hands and knees, my mother's life, sweeping out an ex-man's cell. I couldn't believe it. Like, this guy, yeah, was so big, he could have picked him up and threw him over the railing if he wanted to. Instead, he's sweeping a man's cell. When I came home from jail, I ain't gonna say who, but when I came home from jail, I told a man, yeah. I saw that. The man was like, yeah, bro, that's normal in jail. Make man clean out your cell and that. I'm like, really? Like, how? Like, when I'm in jail and I'm witnessing this, I'm like, how can this guy be on his hands and knees sweeping out a next man's cell, and then when he comes home from jail and he goes back home to his mother's yard or he's with his gal or whatever, and they're asking him about his jail experience, like, what do you say? Like, do you really lie and pretend that everything was cool and you was really sweeping out a man's cell? I'd rather die than sweep out a man's cell. Yeah, I would rather lose my life than sweep out a man's cell. Yeah, I need to have a good night's rest. My honor, my dignity is more important to me than any beating or any death. I'm telling you right now. There's no way. You'd have to fucking kill me. I'm not sweeping out a man's cell on my hands and knees. No, I don't care what I've done. It don't matter. No, boy, it's not happening, fam. It's not happening. It's not happening. How do you even look in the fucking mirror? Man like soul. It's been a while, fam. It's been a while, fam. Yeah, man. I'm just talking about bullying and stuff, innit? So I'm just running through little things that I've seen. People get bullied, and obviously I said back when I was in school, certain man tried to move to me a couple times, took away man's things, and then one day I was like, I'm not having it. I didn't even think, oh, I'm not having it. Like, oh, next time them man come, it was just, I just reacted like, no, I'm not having it. And the next thing you know, I'm rolling with these man. Yeah, these man are my friends now. Yeah. So anyway, back to the jail thing. I see man on their hands and knees cleaning out an ex-man's cell. Like, you might as well, you might as well give your body to, you know what I mean? Like, fucking hell, like, what more? Boy, sweeping out a man's cell on your hand. I don't give a fuck if he was on stilts. Yeah, fuck being on your hands and knees. I don't give a fuck if a man was on stilts. You clean out a man's cell, fam. Like, how low is that, blood? Some man not even clean out their own cell, let alone clean out our next man's cell. Wagwan. Philly. That's why TP. That's what man I call you. I can't even pronounce that first name there. Yeah, Wagwan TP. But yeah, I see man sweeping out man's cell and that. So yeah. Jail, he's gonna come. You're gonna come. Fucking hell, Shan. They're all coming out. They're all coming out. Shan, what go on, Shan? They're all coming out tonight. Yeah. So the jail thing, obviously, bullies in jail. That's just normal, isn't it? The funniest thing is as well, yeah. When I came out of jail, then I got the job at Home to Haringey, and I was working with an older black man. Cool, brother. Anyway, boom. He said to me, you will get tested more in the workplace than in prison. And he's fucking right, you know. Don't get tested. Man was only in jail for 8 weeks, 2 different jails. But still, I've been tested more in the workplace than in fucking jail. Because in jail, man, no, you can do whatever you want and that. Whereas out in the workplace, people, there's hierarchies and there's levels to this. In jail, there's no real hierarchy. All right, yeah, you got the man who's like, yeah, the boss on the wing, if you want to call it that. But you can still bang a man in his face, you know what I mean? You ain't gonna lose your job. You might lose your life, but you ain't gonna lose your job, you get me? But yeah, jokes aside, yeah, in the workplace, you'll get tested more in jail. I guarantee you, I reckon you'll get tested, you probably will get tested more in the workplace than in jail. Especially if you're not that guy at the workplace. Well, I mean, if you're not that guy in jail, you're definitely going to get tested in that. But yeah, man will test you, or you'll be surprised at how much you get tested in the workplace as opposed to jail. Because people think, oh, I'm above you, I'm your senior, you're my inferior, I can talk to you how I want. No, no, no. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. So you got managers that literally bully their staff members. I've seen it. I heard a story where a man that I know at work must have gave one of the managers some paperwork. This is out on the street. Gave him a bunch of paperwork and he threw the paperwork in his face. Employment done, fam, right then and there, because I'm gonna smash you up and then I'm gonna get fired. That's it. That's the only outcome. I mean, if man can sweep it underneath the carpet and I don't get fired, that's cool. That's a bonus. But I'm not. What? I hand my manager some paperwork and he dashes it in man's face. Are you fucking mad? You must be out of your fucking mind, boy. That's mad. So, yeah. And you know what? It's not even work colleagues. It's not even work colleagues that, sorry, it's not even bosses that just do the bullying. Work colleagues will bully you as well. I've had man try things on man at work and that. Yeah. Yeah, man's already told you like in them videos there about, you know, like my experience being an employee, being a worker and that. I've had man, obviously there's stories that I said in the beginning of the video. I can't even talk about all my experiences and stuff at work, stuff that I've seen and that, because the video will be too long. But I remember one time there was one Polish guy that man was working with and he thought he was just, I don't know, fam. I remember one time like, I was working in some, you know, like a flat complex. So you go into the flat complex and there's bare different apartments and shit like that. And he's doing whatever down there and I'm doing whatever in the staircase. And he's disappeared, gone wherever, and he's left me to continue. So he's come back, but I've gone to lunch at this time. Now, I packed away all the tools and that and left them at the side, but I left a bit of rubbish around and he was right, you know. So anyway, he was right in what he said, but I didn't like the way he said it. So anyway, boom. I've gone to lunch and he's come back to the flat complex and seen the mess. And he's called me up and he's like, yeah, whereabouts are you? And I said, I'm on my way to lunch. And he's like, can you come back now? We need to have a chat, mate. You know that guy, he's a Polish guy, one guy called Marcin, yeah? You know that them man there that they try to talk English? Like, do I look like a white man? They're calling me mate. But anyway, he's like, we need to have a chat, mate. You know, right then and there, man's heart started beating. Not out of fear. I'm getting ready to fight, man, now, you know. Bruv, you're talking to me like I'm a fucking idiot, fam. So I've gone back now and I let him say his piece first. But bro, the way I was talking, it's like, bro, I wanted to move to him. Anyway, we fell out and he was like, listen, you might as well go about your business then, innit? And yeah, I went about my business, had an early day. And then I said to the manager, listen, my man's trying to talk like man's some fucking apprentice or something like that. I'm a fucking fully qualified electrician. He's talking to you about, says like, yeah, cool, I'll put you to work with someone else. So yeah, work colleagues will try to ting on you. You have to stand up for yourself. Yeah, you have to show, man, you know what? Don't give a fuck. Man, yeah, you can't try to talk to me anyway, innit? Yeah, man's older than man. It don't even matter if it's, I don't know, I think he wasn't even that much older than me, actually, you know? I think it's like only like 3 years older than me. 3 years, 5 years, 2 years younger, same age. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Ain't no one, not having it, fam. Not having it. Not having it. And that's work colleagues as well. Work colleagues bully. Even in the electrical wholesalers, I see certain men that I know that work in the electrical wholesaler that I go to, and certain man they're really weak and timid. And I can see the other work colleague, like another work colleague, like just talking to him like he's an idiot. And I'm thinking, nah, fam. Nah, fam. That's bullying. The work colleagues talking to you like you're an idiot. That's technically bullying. Stand up for yourself. Stand up for you. Even if it turns into a fight, who gives a fuck? Even if you get fired from the job, who gives a fuck? Your respect and your honor is worth more. I've been on construction sites. So at a lot of construction sites, like, you know them big, tall, high-rise buildings? I was working in one in Canary Wharf. Big, tall, high-rise building, 50 floors and that. We have this thing called a hoist. It's a lift, but it runs outside of the building. So literally, you're going up in this lift, and it's basically like a big, massive cage. And yeah, you're outside in the elements. Technically, like if it starts raining, you're gonna get wet and that. There was one hoist driver, and this is why I say, yeah, it's good to be a serious man and don't let people joke and play around with you. Prime example here. So there was a hoist driver, and I made a video about this as well. I make a video about every fucking thing. But there was one hoist driver. He was like from Ethiopia, East African, yeah? Man, them will walk into the hoist and grips man up. Just grips him up, grab him up, slap him across his head, slap him on his hard hat and that. Now don't get it twisted. There's man that like make jokes and that with man and tap man them on their hard hat. I don't like. Don't do that shit. Don't tap my hard hat. I don't care if it's my head. Whatever's on my head is my head. Don't touch my hard hat. Yeah? Don't touch my hard hat. I ain't no fucking. Don't touch my hard hat. Yeah? But anyway, there's man that will go into the hoist, grab him up, play fight with man, push him against the cage and that, slap him across his hard hat and that. And there's certain men are goofy, certain men are dickheads, so there's certain men that will think that that's funny. But the worst thing is, he didn't even think that was funny. I could see it. He was, oh man, like, I'm getting pricked. And I said, bro, why don't you stand up for yourself? He said, oh, what if I lose my job? I said, bro, fuck your job. Because he's got kids and that. He was saying, oh, I've got children and that. That's why I can't, you know. Bro, who gives a fuck, blood? So what would you rather be? You rather provide for a family, but have your kids not respect you? Imagine your kids witness you getting chiefed up like that. They'll go to school and say to their school friends, my dad's a pussy. Literally. Fuck providing for kids if they saw you at work and they saw how you was getting dealt with people and they don't respect you. Fuck that shit, man. Get another job somewhere else, man. Get another job. And you know what? A situation like that, he wouldn't even need to throw a punch. If a man, bruv, you know when a man just, yeah, flinch on a man, yeah? Make a man flinch. That's all a man will need to do. Do that to the next couple people that try that, yeah, then word will start to spread around. The hoist driver's a madman. Don't fuck with him. Now, this hoist driver is about 30 years old or something like that. It's got nothing to do with age or size, yeah? Now, here's a prime example now about the way you conduct yourself. Same construction site, because obviously they have multiple hoist drivers. They have like 2 hoists, yeah? They have 2 hoists. And obviously they have 2 hoist drivers, isn't it? So one of them was the Ethiopian guy that used to get chiefed up. He's like 30 years old. No word of a fucking lie. The other hoist driver was an older man, one Bulgarian guy. You could not fuck with this man. He did not play around. Old man, you know, 55. He might even have been 60 years old. You could not fuck with this guy. He wasn't a big guy. He was the same size as me, yeah. He just didn't fuck around. That is it. He did not fuck around. You couldn't fuck around with him. It's not even about you. People respected him. Like, no one played with him. And this is an old man because he conducted himself a certain way. You see, that man said yesterday, talking about, you know, don't like, you know, act a certain way and that. When you act like a dickhead and you let people take you for an idiot, then they're not going to respect you. But if you're like, I'm not saying be a standoffish type of person and that, but don't act like some fucking goofy idiot Man will chief you up. Nobody would try and test that old Bulgarian man. No one would try to test him the way they used to slap around that Ethiopian guy. And the Ethiopian guy probably, if he really wanted to, probably he will put up a better fight, maybe, than this Bulgarian guy. But I'd rather test the Ethiopian guy than this Bulgarian guy. This guy didn't give a fuck. This guy didn't play around, fam. And he's an old man. Because he's just a serious man. He conducted himself a certain way and no one played around with him. Nobody played around with him, man. What? Yeah. So, yeah. At work, man are going to test you, colleagues and that. Hold on, one sec. So he said, where was the guy that was bullying the Ethiopian brother? So it weren't just one person that was disrespecting and chiefing up this Ethiopian guy. People just took this guy for a fucking idiot. And the reason why people took him for an idiot, because he act like a fucking fool. He act like a chief. He's always joking around with man, like letting man play fight with him. No, why are you play fighting? You're a grown man. Why are you play fighting with man on a construction site? This is not drama at 2 p.m. last period of the day before you break up from school. We're not in school, fam. You're a grown man. You're not 15 years old. You're double that. You're 30 years old. Why are you play fighting with man? I can't remember the last time I play fighting with a man. There ain't no playing. See, that's my man's problem. That's why people were fucking with him, because he played too much. The Bulgarian man, the older man, he don't play around. So no one plays with him. Bottom line. So it weren't just one person that was trying to ting. Man will grab him up. Man will slap him across his head. It weren't one person. People were just actively just chiefing him up. Because people are tapped. Human beings are natural bullies, you know. Man, clock this, because I watch and analyze, you know. There's certain people, I can observe a weak individual and I won't do nothing. I won't exploit them. I just know, oh, that person's a weak individual and that's it. But there's some people, oh, he's weak, I'm going to chief him up. Some men are like that. A lot of people are like that. A lot of people are like that. There are a lot of people in my life, like, if they thought that they could get away with shit, people will be trying to take the piss with me, but they can't, because there could be consequences. No, people don't even try a thing on man. People don't even try a thing on man. It's not about being, you know, or whatever. No, fam. Told you already many times. There's bad man from my area, 5'4", the size and stature of a child, but nobody. When I say, I'm not even gonna say this person's name, but people know this guy's name. Yeah, straight fear. He's about 4 years older than a man. Small, 5'4". He's built like a child. He don't even walk with a gun or a knife in it, but he's a serious man. That's it. That's it. So yeah, it weren't just one person that was chiefing up this guy. Everyone. People. Instead, you know, like you see certain man, you say wagwan and that, or you nod your head. No, with that guy, slap him across his head. I swear to God, fam, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. All right. Because I've got my little notes, like little talk, because obviously it's not in really any specific order, obviously, but yeah. Next one is you got parents. Oh, parents bully. Oh, yeah. No, none of my parents could try a thing on me, but yeah, parents bully. Parents bully. Like, there's certain people, their parents have died, and like, I know they was a bit shook off their parent back in the day or whatever, and it's almost like put it this way, I've seen certain individuals lose their parent, and next thing you know, like, I'm seeing them post up little stupid videos on Instagram about their pets, and I'm like, brother, your dad's just, you get me, your dad's just died, fam, and you're posting up like little video about your pet and that, and I'm thinking, like, because I know that person really didn't like their parent because their parent was a bully. But that's their own fault. Like, if your father or your mum, because mums are bullies as well, if your father or your mother bullies you as a child, well, you're a child. But your father or your mother should not be bullying you as an adult. If you have to swing on them, swing on them. I don't give a fuck. No one can try to bully me. I don't care if you're my mom. I don't care if you're my dad. I will move to you if you're trying to bully me. Yeah, I'm not having it. But there's some people, they will always be like that little child to their, like, don't get it twisted, I'm a mama's boy, so I'll always be my mum's little boy and that, but my mum can't try to chief me up like I'm a boy. No, it's not happening. It's not happening. But yeah, there's some people like, they will always be a child to their parent. They will always be a child to their mum, always be a child to their dad. Literally, the certain man, whether they live with their mum or dad or not, before they make a decision, they need to call their mum. They need to call their dad for approval on that. Like I used to say, obviously I still say obviously just now, like, yeah, I'm a mama's boy and that. And nowadays was like, Jay, you're not a mama's boy. You just love your mum. You have a good friendly relationship with your mum. A mama's boy is a type of mum, is a type of boy or man, but he's like a boy. Mum, I don't know what car to buy. You know, like any little decision. Oh, I need to bring my girlfriend to get my mum's approval. If my mum don't like the girl, then I don't like the girl. Like that's a proper mama's boy. And that. Me, I just thought any man who loves their mum and has a good relationship with their mum is a mama's boy. Nah. She was like, nope, a mama's boy is a man who can't make a decision without his mum's approval. His mum runs everything, whether he's under her roof or not. The mum just controls everything. But yeah, there's parents out here. Like I got an auntie, she knew a man. A man was like 21, 23 years old. He was at least 20. Blood, I used to have a curfew up until the age of 17. The man was still on curfew. Curfew, you know. You know what curfew is? You have to be home. Where your blood clot at 8 p.m. Literally, a man had curfew at 8, like at 21 years old. I don't know what time he needed to be here, but the fact that the man has a curfew, he wasn't black, he was like Iranian or something like that. A man has a curfew. I remember when I used to be on curfew. So like, when I was 16, my mum used to make, believe it or not, when I was 16 years old, my mum would be summoning me to come home at like 8 p.m., you know. I used to fucking hate it. Or was it? I think, hold on. Was it when I turned 17 or I turned 16? One of the two. But that's when my curfew got uplifted. But anyway, when I was like 15, 16, my mum, I used to have to be in at 8 p.m., believe it or not. And when I back in before it gets dark, because basically like, yeah, 8 o'clock was basically before it gets dark, depending on the time of year, obviously. You know, in winter, it's all dark at 5 p.m. and that. But if I in the house at 8 p.m. before it gets dark, I'll see this MUM, yeah, mum, MUM pop up on my phone. I'll answer the phone, get your ass home, and mum will lock off the phone. Just like that. No hello, no bye, get your ass home. And my mum will put down the phone. And I need to be home within a timely manner. So basically, I should still be in Edinburgh. I shouldn't be in Tottenham. I shouldn't be riding my bicycle in Palmer's Green or this area, that area. So yeah, but that's when man was like 15, 16. But then when I turned, I think it was when I turned 17, my mum was like, I could come home. What? It was weird. The transition was just like, you have to come home at 8 o'clock. And then afterwards, I could come home at 1 a.m. I didn't complain. But let me just, so Dosef David is saying, how big was the Ethiopian guy? It don't matter about the size, yeah? Now, obviously, you sent this 7 minutes ago, so obviously, man told you about the guy from my area. I didn't even see your comment. I just started talking about that. But the guy, granted, he was not a big guy, but it's not about being big. It's not about being big. How many man do you know? Big man, but man's still taking him for an idiot. It's not about being big. Like on the roads, the one thing I learned about on the roads, even the biggest and the strongest man, they're still not on it. Trust me, you don't have to be worried about the man that are like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you see them man that go to the gym and that and they start flexing their feet. Them man there is the one who's not really on it. A lot of them man there, like they feel like they need to go to the gym to show some kind of, you know, like them man there that have to drive the flashy car to show that they're the man and that, or have to be wearing the latest clothes to show that they're the man that, or whatever, and flossing money and that to show that the man in that, because they ain't really got it like that. And a lot of man, they need to go to the gym and that to feel confident, to feel like if they don't go to the gym, they might get picked on out on the road and that. Trust me, on ends, in the ends and that, man ain't going to the gym, but man are not trying to bang you, fam. Yeah, man are not trying to bang you. Trust me, don't worry about them man there that all big and hench. You don't need to be worried about them man there. Because more than likely, all they're going to do is hit you, and that's it. Other man, them skinny man and that, you go to jail, fam. You'll find, well, don't go to jail. Don't go to jail. Let me take that back. Don't go to jail. But in jail, you got bare man, skinny man and that, all in jail for murder and that. Now, they might be big now because they're in jail and there's nothing else to do. But when the man, they're on road, get me, the man there, I ain't going to say no names, but I know man in jail for murder from the ends and that. In jail for murder, shooting man with a shotgun. Skinny man. But don't let that you catch you on the dark night because it will finish you. It will finish you. Skinny. 5'8", well, same height as me, 5'9". Not an intimidating looking person at that anyway on a normal day, but he will shoot you dead. He will shoot you dead, and he's done it, and now he's in jail. So it's not about being big and that. As I said before, man, no man in the ends, 5'4", skinny, built like a school kid. You don't want it. You don't want to see that guy outside your house, blood. It's long. It's long. It's long, fam. But yeah, so yeah. Parents and that, they'll bully you. Your neighbors will bully you. Well, see, man spoke about this before. And next to my mum's yard, there's a little flat complex. So there's about 6 apartments. 2 on the ground, 2 on the first, 2 on the second. So 6. And there was one Jamaican man there was one black girl, English-born black girl who moved into an apartment on the first floor. And above her was some Turkish young guy, about 3 years older than me at the moment. And the black girl's boyfriend used to come around. Now, he's a big man, 42, 40-something, innit, you know? I don't know what happened, but anyway, he must have got into a little altercation with this Jamaican man, this Turkish youth who's like probably 29, 30 at the time, got into a little altercation with this Jamaican man. I reckon the Jamaican man was just trying to stick it on him because the Turkish youth thought he was a bit of a rude boy. You know what I mean? So anyway, the Jamaican man must have fucking... So imagine the Turkish youth has got his girl and his baby living in the yard with him. Do you know what the Jamaican man done? Fam, the man put a fucking knife. You know, like outside your flat door, you got like a doormat, you know, like where you wipe your feet. A man put a knife there and just walked off. Now, obviously, the Turkish guy didn't assume the Turkish guy didn't see him put the knife on the floor outside his house, but he just assumed, yeah, it was him. I saw the Turkish guy at some particular point and he said, yeah, I'm moving. I'm going to go and I'm getting a bigger flat somewhere else. But I reckon he pushed himself to move a bit quicker because he was scared. He was scared, innit? But you know what? You see in a situation like that, fam, you have to stand up for yourself and your fucking family. You can't escape the sharks. You can run away, but you know what? If you move to that area, there's going to be someone else that's going to try a thing on you. Or you might not even be in another situation with your neighbors and that. But at work or whatever, because you're not willing to stand up for yourself. And this is the reason why that guy has tried a thing on you, because he saw weakness in you. At some point during some kind of conversation that you had, he saw weakness in you. And certain people are just natural bullies. As I said before, human beings are natural bullies anyway, but some people are worse than others. And he saw some weakness in you. And yeah, You know, you didn't stand up for yourself. Yeah, like my man said, yard man, not play. One sec, let me go and get my fan heater because my house is fucking cold at the moment. One sec, give me 1 minute, yeah? Blood. You know, like when your house is so cold that your feet are cold. Fucking hell, fam. When I'm in this house, I just stay up in my room because it's warm upstairs. Downstairs it's freezing. It's the worst house, man. Like you might think, oh, like no. Like where you lot are right now, you lot are probably in a warm house. Boy, not me, mate. House is cold, man. Oh. All right, let me just quickly go through these comments before I progress with this thing. Yeah. Unfortunately, like this is the fucked up thing with human beings. People take kindness for weakness. People take niceness for weakness. I just don't know why. I just don't know why. Yeah, man's talking about I used to have a guy ask me for a cigarette every single day. Put a stop to that. Nah, I'm not giving you none of my cigarettes, but I see that's the thing, man. That's the thing about being too friendly with people, then you have to be compromised and that because you don't want to offend people. No, fuck that, man. I'd rather not be friendly with people and be comfortable with myself, to not have to feel like I have to do stuff fuck that. I don't give a fuck, man. I don't give a fuck. Because there's certain people like that, I'll give you a cigarette, and I'll give you this, I'll give you that. Because they don't want to say no, not because they're scared, but it's like, I don't want to offend people, I don't want to come across like, because some people, they really care about being liked, I've been in, like, had issue with people and that, like family members and that. And you know what they say to me? People like me in this family. I'm liked in this family. So what they're telling me is they care about being liked. Literally, word for word. They care about being liked, but that's not really a good thing, Like obviously, come on, I'm a human being. I want to be liked. I'd rather be liked by people than hated by people. But respect comes first. So I'd rather you hate me and respect me than like me and just think, it's not even about whether they respect me or not. It's just, I don't really know. Just, yeah, he's cool. No, fuck that shit. But there's some people who, if they put it this way, some people live in a box and they won't want to step outside of that comfort zone because they're fearful of what others think of them. Nah, fuck that shit. You're better off offending people and doing what you want to do in life rather than staying within the confines of, not stepping outside your comfort zone and that because you're scared to offend people or you're scared of what people are going to think. No, fuck what people think. Fuck what people think, man. How comes you laughed at that name Marchin? That's the man's name, fam. Or unless you know someone called Marchin as well. So now they said I literally read about this 21-year-old fireman in Wembley killing himself because he was being bullied about being mixed race. Yeah, that's foolishness, though, man. Yeah, there was one fucking There was one that fucking let me see if I can find it. I'll post a link. Cause you know me, I don't mind if you don't leave the live stream. Don't worry, I'll be back here. No, I'm coming off at 11 o'clock. That's the cutoff point. I've got 40 minutes. There was one story about some youth in Camden. He owed some bailiffs like £1,000 and he couldn't pay it. So he hung himself. He killed himself. Just bear with me, because I'm sure. Yeah, a man hung himself over fucking debt, you know, like £1,000. His name was. It says I think something about his name was Ollie or something like that. It's ridiculous, man. Yeah, I think he took out some loans, something like that, and he couldn't pay the money back. So yeah, he killed himself. Just give me a minute. Just check something out quickly. I'll resume with the story. Who knows about this? Press 1 if you know about these Rocky. Oh, you can't even see it. Press 1 if you know about these Rocky bars. It's a fucking one. Press 1 if you know about Rocky bars. You know, this video, do you know why I remember this video so much as well? Because the boy that killed himself, his sister was pang. Oh my god, she was mixed shades with blue eyes, fam. Trust me to remember a story about a man killing himself because of his sister. Yeah, man said one, man said three, you know. Man said three, you know. See, I told you, you're always stealing stuff. Yeah, so man's talking about bullying and that. So obviously man took a little quick break. Yeah, so yeah, man spoke about the neighbor and that. Yeah, the neighbor was getting bullied. So the guy was getting bullied by his neighbor and that. So he basically moved because his neighbor was bullying him in that. But you know, that's not gonna that's that that's not gonna you can't run away from bullies, man. You have to stand up to bullies, man. Bullies are pussies, most of them. Most of them are pussies because there's someone out there that they would not bully because they will retaliate. Be that person. If you're getting bullied right now, I'm telling you right now, there's someone that whoever's bullying you, they wouldn't bully because they know that person would retaliate. Be that fucking person. However you think that that person would respond, if the bully was trying to bully them, how they would respond that way. That don't kill anyone, don't get it twisted. If you have to fist someone up, fist them up. Me, I'm a man, I'll say right now on camera, box someone in their face. I don't give a fuck I'm not in this knife crime or this gun business. But me, I promote a man fisting up a man any day. I'm a fucking man. I ain't arguing with man. I'm not in no knife thing, no gun thing. Don't get it twisted. But fist man up all day. Listen, I'm Jay Wise, not Jay Saint. I'm not a fucking saint. I'm not a saint. Man like Quincy, come on. Yeah, trust me, you know about them Rocky bars there, man. But yeah, it was over £1,000. Right. I've seen a story. Just at the 5 minutes before the thing, I'll post a link in. And the man there, yeah, £1,000 escalated to more than £1,000. What? 1, 2. Minor money that you could earn in a rascal a week. So yeah, I've ran through pretty much the list of where you would encounter bullies and that. Now, what I said earlier was about the street thing, bullies on the street, and I said, okay, I'll come back to it. So now I'm going to talk about the bullying on the street. So there's certain man on road, like I've said this before, innit? There's certain man on road, they make money out on the street, but they're a sweet boy. They're not like that. They look flashy, clothes, chain, car, crepes. They make money out on the road, either doing fraud or selling drugs, but they're not a bad boy like that. They're not a bad boy like that. So what happens is when you're in the ends, when certain men are in the ends and they're making money, obviously other men get red eye and other men want to rob you. Maybe out of jealousy, maybe because niggas is hungry. As I said yesterday in the live stream, you got a youth from Northwest London who was hired as a hitman to shoot some woman in the face. He got paid like £500 and he bought Gucci accessories. This is not a joke. I'm not making this up. I would never make up a joke like that. It was on Crime Watch. It's a real story. So men are hungry. Men are out there. Men are hungry. I know a man back in the day. He was a sweet boy. He used to make money. Bare money. And this was back in the day, like the 90s. But there's certain other men around, their manner is bad, or at least bad for this particular person. Cut the long story short, a man was taxing a man. Taxing man. You owe me £500 a week. I don't know. Whatever. So basically, if someone's taxing you, someone's bullying you, really and truly. There's no other way to really look at it. And you know what? One day, maybe things escalated. Maybe a man started putting his hands on a man, probably. Because if you can take away a man's money, you can put your hands on a man. The reason why a man's even taking away your things is because you're not willing to go toe to toe with this man, because you're scared for him to put his hands on you. So anyway, a man's getting bullied by a man, and one day what happens is, the thing with bullying as well, why you should never bully people, because one day they turn mad. Certain man snap, and this person has killed somebody. So the sweet boy, who was not about this thing, he's a money man, but he's not about this thing. He snapped and he killed someone. I know this person. This person sit in my mum's yard at my dinner table. Yeah, but to me, it's nothing to speak and associate and sit in the same room as a murderer, because I've been to jail. Like in jail, a man telling you that he's in jail for murder is nothing compared to out on the street. Like if you knew, like, oh, your neighbor's a murderer, or that guy across the road's a murderer, you'd be like, oh fuck, maybe that person's a bit dangerous and that. But in jail, if someone tells you that they're a murderer, it's like, oh yeah, you're in. It's just like they're telling you they're in for robbery. It's like, oh, okay, you're in for murder. The only thing you're thinking is, boy, you got a long time, fam. So anyway, I know someone, they go to my house, my mum's house, and I've sat around the table with them. This is after they came out of jail for murder, but I'm not sitting down in the kitchen thinking, oh, this person's a murderer, he's dangerous. I just nothing, really, honestly. I don't even think about, oh, this person's a murderer, but yeah. So this person's killed someone because they were getting bullied and that. And that's one thing that happens. When you bully someone too much, then they snap, they lose it. Just like what I'm saying about when the boys used to come and take my crisp and shit like that in school. One day I had enough. No, you're not taking my thing. I'm gonna put up a fight. And on the road, men are men, and men are gonna take things into their own hands and then escalate things and take things a lot further than just, you're not taking my crisp. Because this is money. And as you know already, people die over money. Whether it's a drug thing. Listen, do you know how serious money is? If you don't pay your taxes, the government will lock you up. If you owe HMRC money and you don't pay HMRC, they will lock you up for tax. Wesley Snipes. Press one if you heard about when Wesley Snipes went to jail for not paying his taxes. They don't give a fuck who you are. They don't care. The tax man, he wants his money. The tax man wants his money. They will send you to jail if you don't pay your tax. That's how serious money is. People, why do you think they got man warring in other countries? Man trying to thief man's oil over money. Money is a serious thing. Don't get it twisted. Money is not the root of all evil. People are the root of all evil. Let's not get it twisted. But money is a serious thing, so people will want to kill you over money. If you're robbing someone, you're constantly bullying someone, taking away someone's money, some man are going to retaliate and that. So anyway, so I know someone these older man for me, like 40 years old, he's killed someone because they were bullying him and that. This is what happens when man bully man. Furthermore to that, and this is the story I wanted to tell. So when I was on road, yeah, there was certain man around. The man them. As I said before, human beings are natural bullies. And human beings are naturally, they want to dominate, and they want to, instead of being smart about stuff, and okay, rather than bully man and beat man up and chief man up, why not, if we're going to use man, if we're going to, let's exploit man somehow. I don't know. I'm not promoting, I'm just saying. But I know certain man, the man them, they used to go to another area north of Edmonton. And this area had youths, but them man were not like that at the moment, at that time. They had numbers, but they were soft. instead of, and I'm not promoting man, but what I'm saying is, instead of exploiting man and using man, them man there, no, let's just go there and punch man up, because them man there is an easy target. Let's go and punch man up. Let's go up there, let's punch man up, let's slap man up to make our souls feel better and that. Right. So them man they used to go and chief man up, whatever. And the man them that they were chiefing up, they were shook. And they were shook for a good while. They were so scared of Edmonton, man, that these man, they rolled out. They went on a ride out, 40 man deep. They made a fucking video and put it on YouTube. 40 man deep, ride out. They came to Edmonton Green on Boxing Day. Who the fuck you looking to catch on Boxing Day? That's how shook man them were, you know. They were so shook that they came to the ends, 30 man, 40 man deep on Boxing Day to ride out. Who are you looking to catch? So you really came to the ends to try and catch man with bare Zara bags and come on, like Gucci bags and that. Like, come on, man. You really was looking to chase man that have got bags and that because they come back from the Boxing Day sales. Anyway, so yeah, they came to the ends, like they were shook. They came to the ends on the day where they know they're not gonna catch no one. It's like riding out on your ops at 4 a.m. Who the fuck you gonna find at 4 a.m? Why don't you go to your op block on a Friday night at 6, 7, 8 p.m. where you know man they're gonna be about? No, you go to your op block and yeah, take pictures and make music videos. Oh, I'm on your ends and now I'm on your ends and now. Hold on a minute, it's fucking 4 a.m. Who the fuck's gonna be out? Oh, man them going to man them's estates at 11 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, I'm on your block. Pictures and video and shit. Probably it's 11 in the morning. You know, man, they don't even get out till 1 p.m. So anyway, so they came to the ends on a particular on Boxing Day, trying to catch who the fuck they're gonna catch on Boxing Day. So anyway, I don't know. I think the man them's gone back a couple of times, whatever. And there was one day where the opposition, because obviously us man had bare opposition in that. But anyway, the opposition came down and again, 40 man deep, full squad, he come down. Yeah, I see them and I'm with one of my bridges. I'm like, what? Like just chatting shit in a row. Really and truly, them man can be like, what? And just move to man. There's like 40 of them. There's like 40 total, like 30 of them, 40 of them, but at this, they're all spread out. But yeah, there's bare man, there's at least 10 man that man, what, just giving it, yeah. Anyway, so the man them's heard that, these men have come back to the ends. This is a violation. We're going up there. So us man, yeah, whatever in it. Royal Rumble in the street now, but in their area. So we've gone back to their area, Royal Rumble in the street. Anyway, whilst the Royal Rumble's going on, a couple of men from the opposition got scared and they ran off. And they got chased and they ran down a long residential street and they ran out of stamina and they ran into someone's front garden and they literally screamed for their life. And I'm not gonna lie, it was bad. I didn't get involved. Cause me, I'm not in the thing. I don't rush, man. Me, I fist man up one-on-one. I don't rush people. I don't need to. I see a man are pulling out, and so anyway, some youth got mash up. I'm talking about man are picking up slabs of concrete, and yeah, a man got mash up. So that's happened. So remember, the man them in the ends are bullying man and chiefing man up and doing this and doing that. Then the man them have gone to that area and, you know what I mean, they mash someone up now. Again, they're not, you know, they're getting bullied and that. So then they came back to the ends next occasion and they stabbed at one of my friends a lot of times. Anyway, I don't know. This obviously there's all like little back and forth and shit like that. But now these men are starting to get on it now or whatever. because they're getting bullied and now they're retaliating. But the final straw was basically them youths came down to the ends. They didn't catch anyone, but then the man them's gone back to their area. They caught one of the main guys. They stabbed him. They chopped him with a machete and they dashed him in the river for him to float down the stream, literally. Them lot said, all right, this is enough. Enough is enough. They came down a couple days later and they killed some boy on, they killed some boy on one of the main roads in Edmonton. And yeah, that was the point where they're like, yeah, they're on it now. And then, them man there kind of turned like the bullies. They had man them on their toes. Them man, they got a name for themselves now, because now they got a body on their side. They killed one of the get me. So yeah, this is why you can't bully, man. You can't bully, man, because man them turn mad. Man are only gonna have it for so long. Now don't get it twisted, like, well, it's sad enough, unfortunately, one of the boys, the one that I said got stabbed and he got chopped with a machete and dashed in the river, he's actually dead now. He got stabbed and he got thrown off of the landing in jail, and he died in jail. And his brother actually got shot in his head about 6 months ago in their area. So yeah, do your research. Someone got shot in their head about 6 months ago in that area. So both of the brothers are dead. And again, the reason why the old brother got shot in his head, because he robbed someone. That's bullying. This is what happens. When you bully people, people will come and retaliate back. People will retaliate. You go and rob someone. If you rob someone, you're bullying someone. Man are going to get you back. So this is what happens, man. You can't, don't take advantage of people. Don't bully people. Because man will turn schizophrenic. Man will come and they want to kill you. There's only so much people are going to take. Push it. The man them in the ends will going up there, chiefing them man up, bullying them man, and eventually they start getting a bit braver. They start coming down. They're not catching anyone, but then us man are like, what? Them man are pricks. What? We're going up there, go up there, mash someone up. Then they're like, you know, fuck it, let's go back. And then they mash someone up. Then we're like, what? All right, then they mash someone up, and then they come back, and then they kill someone. That's what happens, fam. You can't bully people, man. There's no need. No need. The worst thing is, like, them man, they could have been like partners just from the other side. But no, man see them man there as weak target, and them man they're like, you know what, fuck it, let's bully them man up. And then us man end up losing the team member because, do you know what I mean? It's just dumb, man. It's just dumb. It's just stupid, man. So yeah, man. Yeah. But this is what I mean. This is when the predators become prey. Because them man were winning at once, bullying man, chiefing man up, but then it backfired because now you put man in a position where they got nothing to lose now. Fuck it, let's do what they done to us. Let's do it to them. And then someone end up losing a team member. All over man, bullying man. Going to man's house and putting bricks through people's windows and shit like that. Just the stupidness. Yeah. But yeah, man, 5 minutes. No, serious. This is a serious 5 minutes. 5 minutes, I'll be gone. 5-10 minutes. 5-10 minutes, I'll be gone. Let me just scroll through some of these comments. Oh, okay. Bro, you seen a situation like that, bro, you have to fight a fucking man. I don't give a fuck if the guy is threatening to kill you. If a man feels like he can put a knife outside your house and threaten your missus and threaten your daughter, he might fucking rape your missus, blood. A man has put a knife outside your front door. He's threatening your family, fam. It's not a thing where you bucked him in the street and a man's took a swing at you. He's put a knife outside your house, blood. He's threatening your family. He's threatening your missus. Well, fuck the missus. He's threatening your daughter, fam. The man's threatening your daughter, blood. That's the way I see it. Like, if someone comes to my house, my mum's yard, and they're causing trouble, you're violating my little sister. That's where my little sister is on. It's straight on, fam. It's straight on. It's straight on. That's a big draw out. Like the other day, I was staying at my mum's yard, didn't it? So my mum said to me, there was someone was in a white car outside the house. Obviously my mum knows what a BMW, mum knows what to say. But anyway, one was like, someone was sitting in a white car outside the house, like just a little bit down, but they're outside the house and they're playing loud music. My mum said, it was pissing her off after a couple of minutes. And my mum went out to go and stick it on the person to say, look, turn down the music. It's 9 o'clock. My daughter's, got to wake up early in the morning, whatever. Although my little sister's not at school, still, it's 9 o'clock. Why the fuck you playing music like that on the roadside, isn't it? I was like, Mum, you need to be careful, because we don't know who that person is in that car. And it's not a thing where I'm thinking, if my mum says anything, they're going to jump out and swing at my mum. It's not got nothing to do with that. I don't think it would go that far. But if my mum goes out there and my mum says something, my mum might come across a bit aggressive or something like that. I don't know who this person is. This person don't know me. This person don't know my mum. They might want to be like, shut up. You told my mum to shut up. Blood. There's no way no one can be telling my mum, shut up. When I hear news like that, but I'm coming down, my mum might be drawing me out to tell my mum, you need to be careful. You see a situation like that. If someone's making up noise outside the yard, I beg you go and call on stepdad and tell him to go outside and deal with it. Because if they tell if they say, shut up to my stepdad, well, you're a grown man. Yeah, you fight for your own honor. I ain't defending no man. But there's no way my mum could go outside and tell some random person that I don't know who this person is in this white car, to turn down their music. You never know. They might say, what? Shut up. Who are you? They might be in a bad mood. They might be chunged out of their head. I don't give a fuck what mood they're in. I don't give a fuck what drugs they've been smoking. You told mum to shut up. You're getting me in beef now. So I told my mum, you need to be careful. Don't be drawing me out. Don't be drawing me out over something that you don't need to get me drawn out for, like over something minor, like people. Obviously, it's a disrespect to the neighborhood, but it's still a minor thing. You know what I mean? And it's not worth really and truly getting into a swingers with a man over a man playing music, but it's the principle. You get me? So I said, my mum, you need to be careful, because if you go outside and you try and stick it on people and that, and you might get me in trouble. I had a man try to run me over for that, So basically, back in the day, like I was like 19, yeah. There's a prostitute that still lives on Man's Road, 2 doors down. This is on my mum's road, yeah. And she used to have some crackhead boyfriend, but this guy was 6'8" and he was big. This guy remember I said my mum's yard is next to a flat complex. This guy must have stood outside this guy's flat, out in the street, below his window with a machete one day. He was like, come on, I'll fucking chop you with a machete. This guy used to drive on my road like a maniac in a white Ford Transit Connect van. So it's a Ford Transit van, but it's the small, like a van that an electrician would drive. But he's not an electrician, he's a thief. The man was so big and strong, he used to pull the drain, the drain lid covers, the cast iron drain covers. He used to pull them out of the road, out of the ground, and go and sell them. He was that strong that he could pull them out. I'm not saying you have to be super strong, but he was strong enough and that much of a fucking thief that he used to go around stealing drain covers. This is what white men do, steal drain covers for scrap metal. This is what being on drugs will do to you, make you go and steal drain covers out of the fucking street. Anyway, he used to drive on my road like a fucking maniac, playing some loud rock music, beeping his horn and shit. The man used to come on my road at 1 in the morning and that. There's one girl that lived, as I said, as a prostitute. She lived 2 doors down. I love you. I ain't going to say her name, but I love you. Talk to me. Come outside. I want to speak to you. Because, like girls do the pullback and they don't want to chat to man, whatever. He'd be out there for 20 minutes and that. But there's one time I said, blood, come on, man. And he's all right, and he's kept it moving. But one day, I weren't around. Like, Obviously, this was years ago. This is like, yeah, 9 years ago. I weren't around. I was still living at my mum's house, but I must have just been out on the road or whatever. And my mum said that she had a word with him, and he said, his name's Gypsy Bobby. He's a gypsy, literally. I'm Gypsy Bobby. I'll do what the fuck I want. That's what he said to my mum. My mum said, stop coming outside the house and beeping your horn and making up noise. When my mum told me that, I'm like, it's beef. It's on. You swore at my mum. You swore in conversation with my mum. It's a situation now. I don't give a fuck. You know that is my mum. Like, if you didn't know that she was my mum and it was some random woman outside of my estate, then that's different. I don't know. But you know that that's my mum. You know that I live here, you know, and you think you can swear at my mum in conversation. No. We got a fucking problem there. Machete or no machete, I don't give a fuck. So anyway, obviously I'm prepared for this guy when I go to stick it on him, because he used to come to my road every day. Every day this guy used to come to my road. So I know I'm going to see him again within 24 hours of my mum telling me that he swore at my mum. So I was ready for him. I left a baseball bat by my front door, ready for him if he tries to pull out a machete, because I'm not running in my house and staying in my house. I'm going to confront him, but I'm not going to bring out no tools or no weapons like that. I'm going to confront him and I'll fist him up in the street. 6'8", I don't give a fuck. Me, I got the heart of a fucking lion, so I'm not afraid of nobody, especially you're being rude to my mum. That's a big violation, fam. So I prepared myself. All right, this guy might try to chase, man. I know he can't catch me, so I can run to my yard and get my back, because I'm not having a man chase me down the street with a machete and then that's it, I'll close my door. No. So I left the baseball bat by my front door, just in case. Sorry, I didn't even leave it by my front door. I've got a driveway and I left it by the drive, so I don't have to run in the house, but I can run towards my house and get the bat. Anyway, lo and behold, 9, 10 in the morning, Sunday morning, this guy comes on the road, rock music, beep, 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 beeping, telling the woman, come outside, I want to speak to you, I love you. Fucking simp of all simps. I've gone outside now. He's seen me approaching his van. As I've approached his van, like his window is like down by below his neck. As I've approached his van, this guy's winding up his window, because he's got one of them, you know, like them vans where you wind them up. He's got the wind up window thing, innit? This guy's winding up his thing. So I'm like, blood, what did you say to my mum yesterday, innit? He's like, I was talking to your mum, some bullshit like that, whatever, innit? This guy tried to drive off now, so I've punched the window and ran after the van. He's kicked down the road. He's gone to the top of my estate and he's in his van and he's pulled out his machete and he's like, fucking chop you or whatever, innit? So I'm like, fuck off then, innit? Yeah, like this guy's gone now, innit? Or so I thought he was gone. Next thing you know, this guy has basically turned his van around and he's coming for me. Guys, when I tell you, I'm in the middle of the road on my estate. My estate's a dead end. Yeah. This guy's driving after me. And I'm running in the road. Now, maybe I should have ran on the pavement, but I was in the middle of the road. This guy's coming at me full speed over a fucking speed hump. Guys, when I say the way I jumped out of the way of this van, like, you know, when you use your Achilles heel to propel yourself and spring yourself out of the way, I literally had to dive out of the way. This guy, so this guy, he tried to kill me, literally. The guy tried to run me over. No joke. No, he didn't try and hit me. I'm here. He's drove through where he could have hit me. Let me move this thing out of the way. I'm here. This guy has drove at me. I've jumped out of the way and he's broke and his van's ended up stopping over here. So you know, if I did not get out of the way, he wouldn't even have stopped and hit me. He would have went straight through me. Straight through me. He would have ran man over. Ran man over. That blood, you run someone over with a vehicle, that's attempted murder, technically. So yeah, the man tried to fucking kill me. Then the man said, "Oh, I'm gonna fucking burn your house down." You see threats like that, I take them to there seriously. You see that same day, because this guy's a maniac. He's a madman. The man, I told you already, the man is standing outside my house, not talking to me, but my house, with a machete in his hand. A machete. This is Edmonton. Police come around my estate all the time. You could get nicked. Fucking a machete, blood. Not a piece of candy floss or a stick or a bat. The man had a machete talking about he's going to chop one guy that lives in a flat next to me. This guy's a madman. So anyway, he said to me, "Yeah, I'm going to burn your fucking house down." Now remember, I got my little sister in the yard. I took that threat so seriously, I bought a fucking fire extinguisher. Nadia, you know that fire extinguisher that I got in this house right now? You know I've had that for 9 years or whatever. The reason why I got that fire extinguisher, because who the fuck buys a fire extinguisher? The reason why I got that fire extinguisher, because the guy said that he was going to burn down my house. So I had to be prepared for it. So you know what? Obviously, my bedroom's, obviously, it's just a ground floor and a first floor, like a normal house. For the next couple of days, I slept downstairs, you know, with the fire extinguisher, ready. You know, I'm waiting for this guy because I'm taking his threat seriously, you know. I'm thinking that, yeah, he's going to try and burn down my fucking house. So I slept downstairs with a fire extinguisher just in case, because unfortunately, I brought the trouble to my house. So you know what? If someone's going to burn down my house, then boy, I'm going to have to be the first person to come in contact with the fire. That's the way I see it. Yeah. So yeah. Yeah. Obviously, it was just a threat. Thankfully, a man didn't even try to. You know what I mean? Innit? Like, but that's not even something that you want a man to even try. Like fucking burn down your house. Like it's not like, oh yeah, I'm going to come and stab you up, whatever in it. But when you try and burn down someone's yard, people could, you know, people that ain't got nothing to do with nothing could get touched by it. You know what I mean? I see a fucking video, like even me and Nadia watched one video. A man set his house on fire and he ended up killing 5 of his kids. Why? Anyway, so yeah, man, that's why, like, I told my mum, you need to be careful. You need to be careful, man. Like, a little minor situation, like going out and telling people to turn the music down or whatever. My mum might not come across nicely or whatever. Whatever, it don't matter. My mum could be getting me into trouble. Like I said before, I made one video. One of my stepfather's friends thought it was funny. He's like, Jay is a madman. In one of my videos, I was talking about starting a business. And I was like, you know what, certain times you need to be mindful of your own personality before you start a business. And in the video, I was like, well, what does that mean? Well, this is what this means. And I said this exact same thing in the video. I thought about starting electrical wholesalers, like opening up a shop. You know, a man can buy screwdrivers, sockets, light switches, and lights and stuff. And obviously, my mum would work for me, innit? So, obviously, if I started a shop, obviously, I'll have my mum on the front line at the, on the till, serving customers and that. Then I thought, nah. Whether I start the business or not, I'm not having my mum at the front of the store. Do you know why? There's a thing called the customer's always right, which I don't fucking believe anyway. There's certain customers out there, whether they're right or not, they might be having a bad day. I don't know. I don't care. But there could be some customer coming one day. This light switch is not working. Give me a new one. Or they might not even be angry at nothing. Like they might not even be coming in to return some items. They might just be generally a rude person. Yeah, give me that. Give what, who, where. I won't have no customer. I'll beat up my customers in the shop, you know. Imagine, like, wow. So I asked my mum, and my mum laughed, but there's no way I'm having my mum work in a shop for me. Because if a customer is rude to my mum, I'm gonna smack you up in the shop. I mean, I don't even believe in professionalism, but there's no way a man can be like, give me this. I'll be sticking it. Imagine that I'm in my shop and a man comes in and my mum's serving it. Yeah, give me that, give me this. Give what, who, where, fam? That's all I'll be saying. You just hear this voice. You just hear this voice. Give me this. Give what? What? No. So, no. I'm not having my mum work for me on the front line. Like, if I had my mum back of house, so imagine like I had a shop and my mum was working in the back taking phone calls. Yeah, if my mum gets an angry customer on the phone and they want to shout bloody murder, and that's cool because you don't know who you're talking to and you're not in front of this person's son. So you can talk smack, but you cannot, that's over the fucking phone. You don't know who's who or whatever. So you can get away with that over the phone, but not in front of my fucking face. Likewise, there's no way any of my friends could be rude to my mum over the phone. You know that's my fucking mum. Oh, it just wouldn't happen. It just wouldn't happen. My brothers know, the family, just wouldn't happen. They will know that they're going to be here for some smoke, fam. That's it. No ifs, no buts. Likewise, I know if I was to be rude to any of my brethren's mums, I know I'll be in for some smoke as well because my friends are like me. So, yeah, but anyway, back to the original point. I could never own a shop and have my mum working there because if I get any customers who are rude, I'm going to move to them. Man, woman, or child, I don't give a fuck, fam. That's it. Not having no one disrespect my mum. That's it. 2 more minutes and I'm coming off because it's 11 o'clock. I got clothes to hang up. But yeah, you cannot. You'd have to not be in the shop. Yeah. You're damn right. Yeah, I would have to not be in the shop when my mum works. Yeah. But yeah. So yeah, anyway, the moral of the story is, right, you can't bully people. And yeah, especially if you're getting bullied by someone, you need to stand up for yourself, man. As awkward as it might seem scary, innit? Yeah, like it's not patronizing, but listen, you got when you defend yourself, this is what happens. If you get bullied by people and you don't stand up for yourself, then other people think that they can test you. That's it. Because they know, oh, well, you're not gonna stand up for yourself. So if that person can fuck with you, then I can fuck with you. But if you defend yourself, win, lose, or draw, you send a signal to anyone else. I don't give a fuck what the outcome is. You're not taking me for an idiot. And that will stop people from testing you, trying you. That's if someone's trying to bully you. Now, if you're bullying people, well, carry on bullying people. See if you don't end up in a fucking long wooden box 6 foot under. Because there's some people, they snap. There's stories out there, domestic violence. Women are getting beaten up by their boyfriends, and one day they turn around and stab the boyfriend and he dies. See. What happened to fucking Henry VIII? Chopping off women's heads. The last woman, she chopped his head off. You're not doing that to me. So back at the cutlass and decapitate, man. Decapitate, man. All right. 1 more minute here. Let me go and put the kettle on as per usual, yeah? So last few comments and then, yeah. I'm gone. It's 11 o'clock. Oh. No, so you know what? So the bin lid was on the floor since yesterday up until about an hour and a half ago. I put it on and then I took it off about 10 minutes later, threw some food in and I left it back on the floor again because I was chopping up some onions because I had Like, you know, like the fajita wrap things that show man how to make. So yeah, I had some fajita wraps. But yeah, man, that live stream there yesterday. To be fair, it wasn't the live stream necessarily. Obviously, the live stream I was live streaming for 2 hours yesterday, but it was because I had paperwork to do, so I made sure I done it today earlier because yesterday I was mashed up. I was so mashed up yesterday, I didn't even wash the dishes yesterday. And anyone knows me, I don't go to sleep without washing the dishes up. I didn't even wash the dishes up. I was that tired. I just went straight to bed. Straight to bed. After I finished the last paperwork, went straight to bed. That fucked me up, man. But yeah, I think this was a good live stream, to be fair. I think this was a good live stream. You know? All right. So that kettle sounds like it's about to be boiled. And I'm off, yeah.